let's say, Crunchy?
Well, this is definitely going to be a very interesting match because, as you said, like eliminators have really shown that
Mm-hmm.
they have stepped up recently because they have been beating teams left, right, center, and not just any team. It's like all of these top teams have been defeated by them at one point or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel that it's going to be a very match from the eliminator side, but I'm not that sure of Doritos, as you guys said. So I mean, it could be that Doritos may pull off something really magnificent, like really good gameplay from their side as well. So Peachy, what do you think about that?
Definitely, I really want to see what Doritos have in store for us today because I think this is going to be exciting. We have eliminators on the cards, we have Doritos as well. But before we move on to the draft, I have to remind you guys that this is the online qualifiers. That means the finals will be held at a LAN event and possibly in Assam. With that, only 10 teams will be there up at the LAN event. And so far, eight teams representing their own state from Northeast, and two other teams that would be from the other states. That means it will be the rest of India. They will be fighting it out for a position into the finals. And this is today we have a match between Team Doritos and Team Eliminators. Your casters will be Team Jenny and Crunchy. Please take it away, guys.
All right, moving on towards the draft, we can already see that they have banned a Khalid, Ling, and Grok from the side of Doritos. Well, I mean, Khalid these days as an EXP laner, he's got all the potential to initiate all the great ganks and setups. And starting from the early game itself, as soon as, especially after he gets a Thunderbolt, he's gonna go be a menace in the whole map, annoying everybody. You know, when you have a Khalid, you're gonna you're gonna win that exp lane because he's gonna rotate way faster than this his opponent in the exp lane. What's the Crunchy?
Well, that's definitely true for most heroes, but there are answers to Khalid like Gatot Kach. Like you don't even need to technically rotate if you're playing Gatot Kach, since he can just jump all the way from the XP lane onto another part of the map, most likely the mid lane, of course, because I mean that's where that's up till where he can jump to. But I mean, if they have a turtle fight going on, he can reach there. He can make these rotations without even being there. So it's quite a threat to even have the Gatot Kach. But meanwhile, we see a Hylos ban coming out from the side of the eliminators because I think they want to make sure that the glorious pathway isn't there to disrupt their team lineup. What say,
Mm-hmm.
PG?
I'm Jenny, by the way. All right,
Oh,
no
sorry.
problem. No problem, no problem. I relax, man. Yep. I totally agree. I mean, yep, Arlott is a really great option as well, and they look like they are interested in picking Arlott. But the fact is, they had the first pick. All right, they could have banned something like a Ruby or Phobias and logged at Khalid instead, but they want to trade a Zuxian award and Zuxian first pick. I don't know how wise is that, given the fact that they still have Phobias open. I mean, these days, these EXP laners are doing a really, they have a very important role at initiating. You want to have an EXP laner who's gonna be really good at initiating. So, um, and E.T. locked into the Ruby right away. I think that's a loss. That's a loss. Despite having the first pick, uh, benefit over here, they didn't make use of it.
Well, that couldn't truly be said because the Zujin as well is quite a strong pick right now. But of course, I feel the Ruby would have been a better choice considering how strong she is right now, and since she also has that flex potential to go onto both the gold lane and the XP lane right now. It's quite marvelous to actually look at the meta considering that Ruby is also a valid gold lane pick. But it also
Yep.
seems the high from the
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
Yep, I can barely hear you, Crunchy. I guess your voice is lagging. You might as well want to fix it. Again, Hayabusa, Sarar Moon. We have seen Sarar playing Hayabusa in various different tourneys these days, and he is really good at that. But well, I have to say, Doritos, you gotta bring something up. Okay, they got Edith. With that Inspire, Edith's probably going gold lane in that case. Lynch on that Alpha as the Hyper, where Crunchy Hypers, when you talk about Hypers here, we have Alpha on the blue side and red side we have Sarar on the Hayabusa. What do you think? Is that a good answer to Hayabusa? All right. All right, I guess Crunchy's gonna need some time to fix his mic, and we're gonna carry on with the draft. Bid on that Aurora. Okay, not right now because obviously, I mean Doritos they got their mage already, so I think it is gonna take some time and decide later what to pick. But when they already have the chance, they want to pick that Phobias. They want to secure that Phobias because there are still two bands left, and you never know. Doritos might actually target Phobias because they don't want to face an Phobias in the EXP lane. It's gonna be dangerous, and like I mentioned already, they want to secure it. They got it, and then they goes up to Bandit Matilda. Well, Matilda as well as Zuxian in the mid lane. You know, they're like two peas in a pod. They're gonna roam around in the map like two peas in a pod. Like they're always gonna stick together, right? Zuxian is gonna continuously use up her second skill to try and knock you up and throw you here and there, where Matilda is gonna provide her that mobility in case he gets stuck somewhere. So I think it's wise for them to ban out in Matilda, thinking that they might end up picking, given the fact that they already have the Suction. Again, they have banned out that Jazz. You know, he's got really good potential in slowing the enemies down as well as a lot of damage. So I guess that's a good decision. Okay, it's Crunchy back.
Magic is
All
my
right,
life.
he's not yet. I guess. All right, we got Peachy in the chat. Right.
Yes, I will be taking over since Crunchy is actually facing some network issues. And looking at the draft, Jenny, look at that. They
Hope will
picked up a
find a
Ruby
way,
and a Phobius
even when all
together.
is
That
forlorn.
means that the sustain is there from the side of Team Eliminators right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, they actually banned Harriet as well. They're trying to cut out that goal lane options, I suppose. But
Mhm.
okay, given the fact that at first it was with an Inspire, I thought maybe it was gonna go for the goal lane, but I guess not. Might be an EXP or a Roam. It's really versatile. Again, that Carmilla Roam with one ult, and then with the Ruby, I think that's gonna be a hell of a combination. And on top of that, they also have a Phobias. ET's draft so far, so good.
Do agree with you, Jenny. It is really looking very good. Art has picked up his Carmela. There has been few changes as well. Looking. Oh, I think Edith has replaced her Flicker yet again, and I really think that Edith should go into the EXP lane, Jenny.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. But then again, they don't really have picked a goal laner so far, and we can see Esmeralda not yet locked, but you never know. Again, Gatotkacha as well. It's gonna be good. But then, all right, they do have a dive. They do have a Hayabusa over here. Who's gonna look up to that Hayabusa all the way to the back line? But then again, Zuxian is she's not really a backline mate. She's not gonna stay too far away from the team. So I guess they're gonna go all in, 5 versus 5. Maybe that Gato want to be on your face all the time, as well as Esmeralda, as well as Alpha. Edith, yep, most of the time until and unless she uses her primal red. So let's see. But yes, Edith is doing a really good job at the draft, given the fact they also have the Eve on their side now. Okay, it can be Aurora as well. I mean, good choice. You know, you come in my face, I'm gonna freeze you up.
Definitely, Jenny. I was really hoping that they could go with the Eve because I know Crunchy really likes to play those kind of mages, and with that, he is back. He will be taking over.
Yeah,
All right.
really sorry, guys. Had a few issues over there. But yeah, I see that the draft is already over. I missed most of it. But I think, despite the fact that I have some bias for Eve, I think the Aurora is a much better pick in this situation, especially considering that they have the Carmilla to have that sync up with. And, Aurora's ultimate, along with Carmilla's links, are going to do some crazy amount of crowd control to the side of Dorito. So honestly, in this draft, I feel that the Eliminators have kind of got a semi better draft, but you never know because there's a lot of pick off potential as well coming out from the side of Doritos.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel OP Gaming. Guys, बहुत टाइम के बाद मैंने
Free
इस
Fire
चैनल पर
India?
लॉन्ग
Jenny.
Yep, and we're heading on to the land of Stone for the first match of today, Doritos versus ET, guys. I mean, Doritos gonna have to be really careful given the reputation of ET this season in the recent tournaments, the team that went against ABM and actually won, right? So the pressure is definitely on Doritos. As of right now, they're just trying to get their junglers up to level 4 as soon as possible.
But I feel that there may be some invade potential coming in from the side of eliminators as well, but not exactly right now, but a while later, because they do have the Phobias instead of the Esmeralda. So I think the Gadotka kind of sticking with his jungler is quite a good choice. Banana Sauce is making a really good choice with his rotation here. It's not a wise idea to stick with the gold laner or the XP laner, especially considering that it's an Edith versus Ruby. Pretty neutral lane can be managed. Hayabusa going in, jumping onto the Zujan. She's trying desperately with her lantern, but that will be the first blood taken right away by the side of the eliminators, Jenny.
Yeah. I mean, the eliminators, they're going to be fast. I mean, look at the hypers over here. Look at the junglers over here. Saramun is already level 4 and past, while Lynch is still in level 3. He's not level 4 yet, and they're engaging. They're coming for kills. And look at that. Edie's got another kill already. So that's the difference. That's the difference. You see?
For sure, for sure. The funny thing is that all throughout these fights, Hayabusa has not yet used his Ogi Shadow Kill, so he still has the ultimate up ready. And meanwhile, we can see that Eliminators are already onto the XP lane gank, and that will might just be another pick off, but not really yet. Esmeralda is quite tanky anyway. But Jenny,
Mhm.
it seems that a fight might break out here. What do you think?
Yep, Doritos, they're trying to set it up for Lynch over here, but he's not going up yet. Look at that. Saran was already using up a shadow kill to go on and take down Lynch, but manages to take down Banana instead. Lynch very low on HP, barely surviving there. I mean, maybe he's gonna manage this one, but Ebit as well as Art, they're not giving up. They still want to secure that kill. Look at Art, look at that. Okay, he is like, okay, let him go for this time. Okay, meanwhile, that setup that Doritos tried to do actually didn't favor them at all and made a way for ET to take a free turtle. Again, they're not giving up. They're still trying to get more targets onto Banana Sauce. But also, they want to secure the red buff over there in the bottom lane. Legend going straight in for Lynch, gives zoning him away from the red buff so that Sarar can easily grab it. Again, Banana Sauce still trying, but Legend be like, no, I'm not gonna let anyone come near, and if you do, you're gonna end up dying, and that's exactly what just happened. Paprika out of the scene, eliminated, and the red buff has been taken down by Serar. Meanwhile, Conqual has also been taken down. Double kill over there by Bid and shut down. Okay, finally a shutdown by Serar Moon. He's trying to overachieve over there, but not that's. Oh, look at that continuous jumps in coming in by Legend, taking them down one by one. Okay, Paprika. Is that Paprika chasing down Art? But Art be like, no, I'm Carmilla. You don't want to do that. Banana still not giving up. They actually need to like go back a little bit. Okay, that was Conquil taking down Art. That was not a really good place to recall, I suppose. And Conquil just figured that he's recalling over there, so let me take him down. It's just 1 HP.
And that was honestly a really long fight coming out from both sides. I think that ET is just winning this because they have more brawl capabilities from their lineup in the early game. Kind of have to wait for the Edith to scale. I mean, if we're talking about the side of Doritos, but for eliminators, they already have a really brawl-worthy lineup. You can see that this Phobius is just not letting out. He's not letting anybody get any damage on him, even though he got jumped by two people. He still managed to survive it and waited for a counter gang from the Hayabusa. Meanwhile, the Carmilla manages to land her ultimate onto the Alpha Lynch, taking down Art really low, but he will be able to go for a re-engage along with their jungler. This is such a good display of counter ganking and counter gang discipline coming out from the side of eliminators, Jenny.
Yeah, I mean, this is eliminators you're going against. You're gonna have to be a little bit more systematic and careful and be up with the communication. Okay, there you go. They're melting down banana sauce over there. No, they don't care. They got all the potential as of right now. In the bottom lane, though, Serarmoon onto Paprika. Paprika, okay, that's Esmeralda. Given the fact that you have Esmeralda, luckily he wasn't able to take you down as of right now. But in the mid lane, look at that. They're trying to pressurize that mid lane first tier turret, right? And as soon as they get it, the map's gonna open up. Oh, he's Seramun is still on to Paprika. I still want to get that kill over there in the bottom lane, but I guess you just be happy with the turret as of now. They got the objective.
Well, sure, but I think they should try and put pressure onto this topside turret as well. I mean, when we're talking about eliminators, because they are not exactly fully won that lane yet, and there's been very little action over there. So probably that should be their next course of action. If we're seeing eliminators, they kind of seem to be leaning towards a topside rotation as well right now, Jenny.
Yeah. You know, it is going all over. Look at Crisis. He's so far away from his team and he doesn't care. Okay, Crisis. Oh, they have already taken down Banana Sauce. They're home. Again, oh, Sarah Moon has taken down. Okay, toasted bread. Oh my god. I mean, this is going to be really hard for Doritos to try and find a way that one window where we could be like, okay, now we can improve, now we can get back into the game. It's going to be really hard for them because ET is slain already.
Yes, they're definitely in the mid game now because they managed to take down the mid tier 1, which is quite crucial for the side of the eliminators because now they will be able to start sieging. There's another kill by eliminators. They managed to get Paprika as well. Two people down for the side of Doritos, and it wasn't even a team fight, it was just a pick of really well layered CC coming out from the side of of eliminators, Jenny.
Yeah. They're going straight in for that inhibitor and killing spree. Okay. Killing spree by Legend over there. I mean 309. This guy is undefeated, as well as Crisis, as well as Bid. So far the kills are like 2 into 2 to 18, and there's 10,000 gold difference in 7 minutes. They have not managed to take hold over the map even a little bit. They have lost their towers as well. In the top lane, we can see it's gold lane Legend versus Toasted Bread, and there's backup coming in from Bid. A little bit of freeze, and maybe they'll be able to take down Toasted Bread as well. They're melting everybody down already, and then there's the Serrar one. I think he just got shut down by I guess I missed that. He got shut down once, but then the whole time he's been snowballing.
Yup, and you can see the dominance just judging from Serar Moon's movements. He just does not care about how Doritos might pick him off here. Even Legend going in really deep. They know that they have a huge lead. It's already 10k gold difference that they have. So I don't think that Doritos stands much of a chance till they exploit these minor mistakes coming out from the side of the eliminators. But you can
Yeah, there you
see
go.
when you look
Killing
at the
spree.
items right now that Edith has finally gotten that Thunderbolt, so some amount of damage could come out from her. But meanwhile, there's a lot of items. There's 3 items coming from each member of ET. Meanwhile, you can see on the top side, Edith gets taken down. Just when she manages to get some items in, they're already making sure that she stays in her lane. She stays underfarmed and not ready for these major team fights that are about to break out soon, Jenny.
Yeah, actually, ET won the draft already, given the fact that they did. I mean, Doritos had the first take. You know, they were in the blue side, and they prioritized Zuxian instead of Ruby, instead of Phobias. So obviously, ET, you give them their picks. You give that Ruby to Crisis, and that's a very bad idea. I mean, look at that Crisis. He's still not down. He still has his HP. He's still going away. Okay, finally, they manages to take Crisis down, but at the cost of what? Unstoppable Sarar Moon taking down Banana Sauce, and they're gonna be able to push that inhibitor turret down.
Yeah, it was definitely a misposition, but it was one that the eliminators managed to take really good advantage of. It was like this is a good example of a mistake that's converted into an opportunity. Eliminators really find these kinds of plays all across the map, and that's what really differentiates them from the other teams. Even if they are making these small errors, they're able to find the silver lining, and that's exactly what might happen here on the top side. They're really going at this inhibitor. They want it down, but it might they don't have as much siege potential as the side of Doritos has, Jenny.
Yep, that was a good ultimate coming in from Lynch though, and they managed to take down Sarah Moon as of right now. The Lord is still up there, and it doesn't look like they're going. They won't even want to take the Lord. They're trying to pressurize. They're trying to force push and end the game right now and right here. But well, Doritos, they're trying their best to defend as of right now. But look at that. The top lane inhibitor will be taken down as well. Crunchy, do you think that they will be going back and disengage and maybe try and take the Lord? Like, meanwhile, monster kill by Bit on Esmeralda. That was a really unnecessary jump over there.
Well, I think Esmeralda answered the question for you, because at this point, the only good option is to let Sarar Moon take the Lord, or they could also end the game. Looking at this crazy engage coming in here, Ruby managed to use the Don't Run Wolf King, and Crisis is just jumping all over. He has a lot of damage right now, and the minions are already in the base. It could be an end right here. Legend with the Phobius jumping all around. Sarah Moon has literally ditched the Lord at this point. He's just going to jump in on Lynch and takes him down. Ogi Shadowkill used it up on Zujin as well. She goes down, and this could be a really easy game. And for the side of Eliminators, this has been quite the snowball, but there is some resistance. The base will not be able to resist that damage from those minions though, and it goes right down. What a game coming in from the side of the Eliminators.
Yep, definitely. I mean, that was not gonna lie, that was completely one-sided. They won the draft and then they won the early game. Saran was level 4, while Lynch was level 3. And then they got the first blood, and then they went up and well, Doritos actually, given the fact that that ET is a really good team, they should have let ET try and engage first, expand their skills, and maybe they could have retaliated. But no, they tried to set up in the bottom lane when they already know that Serar was leading, and they ended up losing that gank, which gave Serar a free turtle. And right after the turtle, they came up to the red buff. They stole their jungle, and then on and on and on and on. They were dying one after the other. They could have, tried to, okay, let them do what they're doing. Let them, take the advantage of their gold as of now, and maybe we can disengage a little.
तेरा भाई कोरिया घुमानी एक बाइट ले लूं लेके वहीं जाए
I mean, we can dive into the draft, but it hasn't started. Okay, it did. It did. It did. I'm gonna let you guys carry over with the draft.
तेरा भाई कोरिया घुमानी
Have a good game, guys.
Thank you, Jenny. With that, look at that. This would be a match between five great gamers versus Daku Sena. They will be representing the other state. That means that the 10 teams from the Northeast will be matching up against each other, and 10 of them will be up with one team each as their own state. With that, I am Peachy and Crunchy. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here, and this is gonna be another really good match between Darko Sena and five great gamers. And honestly, I am a really a huge fan of Darko Sena, considering that I know some of those like players, and I have fought them, and I think they're a really good team, and they have a really good chance versus five great gamers. And honestly, this is quite a weird ban coming out from Dago Sena, though I would say Moscow right away in the start. Probably were better options, maybe the Ruby, maybe even the Ling. But yeah, there we go. We get the Ling ban straight away, Peachy.
Okay, the link being banned. Maybe more assassins are yet to be in. Maybe I want to see a Nolan pick or maybe a ban coming in because it is one of the good junglers. And if he's managed to snowball that early game to his and his team, I think that is just a game over for the other side. With that, I'm looking at the Hayabusa ban as well. Crunchy. Now, we all know that the Hayabusa has been nerfed, into the last patch. Yet again, he is still strong.
The hunt begins.
And with that, Team Dakusera have proceeded ahead with banning yet again another hero. That would be none other than a fighter. This is the assassin meta we are talking about. So the fighters are prioritized, the mages are prioritized, and then there we go. The assassins are being picked. Look at that, the Nolan coming into the play. Team five grade gamers, no hesitation, they picked up a Khalid, and on the other hand, even a Nolan has been picked up. This is what I wanted to see today, Crunchy. Okay, looks like he will be back in some moments. So don't go anywhere with that. Uh, Jazz is yet to pick up his hero. I am hoping to maybe some kind of fighters being picked out. Maybe an Edith could come into the play into the EXP lane. That could be a good counter for that Khalid probably because Edith has that range where she can pop her primal form and go in with that. But Khalid, on the other hand, with the raging tantrum and the quicksand, he is kind of menace. So I'm not sure what they will be going to pick, but looks like Jazz will be picking up a Phobius. The EXP fight. I have to say that Khalid has that upper hand. He can finish up the minions quicker and he can actually rotate. But Phobius, he has to. I will place him on
Smooth as a
the second rank
snowflake
when
fly.
clearing minions. So that is one of the things that we might
Glaciers
be able
high.
to see. But Team 5 Great Gamers, they proceed ahead with a Aurora and a Matilda. This is a good combo coming in. But Team 5 Great Gamers, they need to pick up a tanky fighter or maybe a tanky slash fighter heroes for the jungling. I'm not sure what they are going to pick to counter that Nolan, so let's just see.
Only love and night are everlasting.
Okay, so looks like the ban phase is already up.
Magic is
Dakusena
my
picking up the
life.
Sicilian for securing that late game. As I mentioned few minutes earlier, that how Nolan, if he's able to secure, secure a snowball to himself, I think it would be kind of a menace to the other team. Yes, it would be a menace. So the early game is kind of set unless team five great gamers are very annoying and they would be stealing and invading the buff of Nolan, which I really doubt because they do have the Khalid for that early game and for the mid game damage, but I don't think they would be making those kind of mistakes with that. And Harith being picked off along with Harith, the marksmen are getting banned. Marksmen are yet to be picked. The jungler from the side of Team 5 Red Gamers are yet to be picked. They could kind of choke that down. But now there's a lot of option into the roam section for Team Daku Sena. And I'm not sure what they will